is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Kansas City.
Royals baseball comes to you from Target Field. The Royals have a chance for a sweep with a win tonight. They've scored 21 runs in the first two games of the series. Royals baseball is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. It's been a very good offensive series for the Royals. They've also pitched well. And now they have Danny Duffy going to the mound with a chance for a sweep.
What a season Danny Duffy's putting together. He's turned the corner and he's heading to the finish line, hopefully with the team on his back. Now, he had a little bit of a scuffle during his last three starts, that's for sure, but any player's going to. This time of year, you're going to get a little bit tired, and so maybe if you're off just a click, you're going to leave some pitches up. But the previous 10, he carried the load. Now, with that extra off day they had, he should be good to go tonight to help his team step on their neck.
It's a special day in Major League Baseball, Roberto Clemente Day. We'll talk about him and honor a light in the Kansas City community. It is Roberto Clemente Day all throughout Major League Baseball. You could give a Roberto Clemente award out for play on the field, but when you're talking about Clemente, it's all about what he did off the field.
He gave his life for his cause. What a true humanitarian. I commend Major League Baseball for giving the awards out that they do here in Major League Baseball. Now, that guy, what a player, but really, his heart was golden.
30 Major League teams. Each team has a nominee for the Roberto Clemente Award, which goes to one player announced during the World Series. Here's what Eric Hosmer thinks about being this year's nominee.
It means a lot. It really does. You know, it means we're doing our part in the community, and especially in Kansas City. You know, we have a really special bond with our fans over there. A lot of us have close relationships with people over there, and it just means a lot to realize that everyone's doing their part, and that I'm nominated to represent the Royals.
So a great honor for Eric Hosmer, who was also named the Royals' Heart and Hustle winner, given to one player on each of the 30 Major League teams.
You better believe that smile's for real. He gives. You love givers and not takers. Haas is an energy giver.
Very comfortable at first pitch with a chance for rain later on tonight. The Royals will fly to Chicago after tonight's game. It's been a nice stretch for the Royals offense. Royals have scored 77 runs in their last 12 games. That's the second most in the major leagues over that stretch. The Royals have stolen at least one base in 8 straight games, led by Gerard Dyson, who leads off. Dyson has scored 4 runs in the first 2 games of the series, and he's after the first pitch and grounds one into right field for a base hit.
There you go. Dyson thriving in that leadoff spot. Looking for that first good heater. Now, Gibson's a sinker baller. Okay, that ball didn't look like it sunk very much. He's been having some issues in his last several starts, especially since August. You see his first 4 versus the Royals were great. Got his sinker down, had him swinging at a lot of those pitches. Last 5, though, he's been giving it up, leaving it up in the zone. And our Royals have been a little bit more patient, taking some walks.
Twins know that Paulo Orlando is looking for that first pitch fastball, so it's a breaking ball for a strike. Paulo Orlando, when he puts the first pitch of an at-bat in play, is hitting .524. So word is spreading. Be careful. You can't just lay one in there for strike 1 against Paulo Orlando.
But, you know, you talk about the pride of the pitchers. They all think, well, he can't hit my fastball. I'll get it by him. That's what you get a lot of. Guys' ego. Gibson, quick slide step home there. Trying to cut down that time so in case Dyson does try to rip off his bag. And that would be his 27th if he can rip it off. There's his pitches. Sinking fastball, slider change curve. Opponent's hitting 322 on that fastball. That's the one they got to look for. Straight as a string out over the plate. Get some early runs for Duffy.
Very close.
Gibson showing some quick feet. Dyson was leaning, looked like he could have been going. Look at Angel right on top of that call.
Uh-oh.
They're waiting. If he goes to his head, yep, they want to look at it. Uh-oh. Dyson might have got in trouble. Caught him leaning. He was just going to take that little jump there, and then Vargas, first baseman, good tag. Put it on him quickly. Did he get it on him before he got his hand in there?
Looks like it. Although clear and convincing. You use the magic words, or maybe the dreaded words of replay. It looked like it. Yep.
We're late in the season. I'm staying away from that phrase. Oh well. Let's see what happens if they do call him out. Paulo's got to go.
Headphones are coming off. And Dyson is out. Home plate umpire is Lance Barksdale. Angel Hernandez made that call at first. Ted Barrett, the crew chief, 19-year veteran. There he is at second base. Chris Siegel is the umpire at third. Two and one on Paulo, who has been clutch the past 3 games.
Before replay, umpires, they'd be held accountable after games and people saw it over again. But now I think they're happy that the call's getting right. Ooh, just a laser liner. There you go. Dyson gets picked off. Now it's Paulo's turn. See what he can do. Good stroke. He has been hot. He's starting to pick it up again. He's been hot for 2 weeks, but he just doesn't have anything to show for it. Been hitting the ball just like that. I mean to tell you, that exit speed had to be around 100. Squared it up perfectly.
He was part of that 7-run ninth inning last night. He drove in 2. And here's Eric Hosmer. If you weren't with us at the top of the broadcast, a big honor for Eric Hosmer, named the Royals nominee for the Roberto Clemente Award, which is awarded to players for their work off the field. Also, a few days ago, each team has a winner for the Heart and Hustle Award, and Eric Hosmer was the Royals recipient of that.
Can't argue with either one of those. Good for him. No, but we can vote him. Fans can vote Hosmer to that Roberto Clemente Award, and he can get that. They give it away at the World Series.
He has driven in 5 in this series. In a 3-run home run in the 8th inning in Game 1. That is right off of John Ryan Murphy's mask. Not a whole lot of movement to Kyle Gibson's fastball yet.
Yeah, no, and no springs on Ryan Murphy's mask like Suzuki. This is when you want to get him. First innings, Kyle Gibson has an 8.10 ERA, allowing 5 home runs, and the opponent's hitting .338 in the first.
And now Paulo is leading the other way, and he's picked off.
Can you believe it? Obviously, the Minnesota Twins know the Royals have great speed, and they've been running rampant here in the second half of the season, ripping off backs left and right. Paulo got caught leaning big time. Whoops. And with Kyle Gibson's quickness, that was a no-doubter. Royals, they've stolen at least 1 base now in 8 straight games. 16 over that span. They've been really running, getting on there, and plus the reinforcement that Neds has on his bench now with Gore and Merrifield. More speed.
Sinking fastballs down and away. 3-2. Gibson missed a month and a half of this season with a right shoulder strain, so this is just his 21st start. He's big, 6'6", 216 pounds. Up the middle, and this time Minnesota's defending the middle, and Polanco throws out Hosmer. So 3 hard hit balls, 2 pickoffs, and the Royals send 3 to the plate in the first. last 14 here at Target Field. So a lot of very good individual performances, including Danny Duffy, our Honda most trusted player. 4 starts at Target Field, and he's 4-0. Also has 2 relief appearances, and his ERA is under 2. That's the 4th best all time at this ballpark, built in 2010.
Impressive.
Can he keep Brian Dozier in the ballpark in the first inning?
A quick pitch to him right there. Duffy throws all 3 pitches out of that stretch and out of the slide step, which is an issue for timing for hitters he's opposing.
That ball is going to spin up the line, and it goes foul. So Dozier has now hit a home run in 5 straight games, 7 of his last 8, 22 home runs in his last 36 games. He has the most home runs since the All-Star break in the major leagues, and 11 this year against the Royals. 4 of those 11 have been in the first inning.
It's eye-popping stuff he's doing. I'm telling you, the fact that he recognizes his pitches and doesn't miss them is amazing. Missed that one. Changeup. You could tell by how he rolled over that his timing was off. That's what pitching is all about, upsetting the timing of the hitter. And Duffy can do that with the best of them.
Tied him up. That's the way you got to pitch him. And you mentioned Dozier rolling over on a changeup up and away. It's only human nature when he's hitting home runs at the rate he's hitting to not go up to the plate trying to hit a home run.
That's right.
And pull a pitch to left field that should not be pulled.
He's in that groove that you get in. Duffy, nice job.
So a good start for Duffy, a good start for the Royals. Just keep Dozier in the ballpark. It's been a little rough for Danny in his previous 3 starts. Monty, what have you seen?
Danny Duffy, it's just really a matter of going out there and being himself. Sometimes he gets away from his changeup a little bit, and I talked with Dave Island today about maybe some adjustments we may see from him. He said really no adjustments. His mechanics are just fine, but maybe a little bit of a dead arm. He's been carrying quite a load here for the last several weeks.
So, Monty, explain the difference between a dead arm and an injured arm. I mean, you use a term like dead arm for a pitcher, and that sounds really bad.
Well, his velocity is actually fine, so I don't think there's any concern about an injury. I think it's just a matter of Danny Duffy maybe not being able to finish some of his pitches. Again, velocity's there, and I think a lot of times you see that on pitches like your changeup and on like your breaking ball, and we know he's very, very good with his changeup.
Here's a smash to left field from Jorge Polanco. I always thought that was an interesting term, and it's usually not one for a lot of concern. But when you say someone has a dead arm, I mean, that just sounds a lot worse than it really is.
I remember hearing that in dugouts from pitchers saying that I have a little dead arm. I'm wondering, what does that mean exactly? Well, Monty said that. He broke it down. But Monty, how about the workload that Duffy's had? You know, going 7 innings, 8 innings, he's going to complete game. He's really eating up the innings. That's going to weigh on you when you're not used to starting every day like Duffy's been.
Right, and that's the whole thing. It catches up with you at some point during the season, and according to Dave Island, really Duffy has not experienced that during the course of this 2016 season, so it wasn't a big surprise to Dave Island to see that maybe Danny's going to have just a little bit of that dead arm. It could bounce back, and I know whether you're a position player, if you're a pitcher, a relief pitcher, starting pitcher, you go through certain periods of the season when you feel better than others, and I think really that's what we're seeing with Danny, maybe looking to get back exactly where he was before.
Totally agree, Monty, because this time of year every single player is dealing with something. There's something bothering them. They're not going to say anything, but that's just the grind of the season.
It might make sense to a jogger when they know what it's like when they go for a long run and their legs just feel heavy. They're not injured and they may not hurt, they just feel heavy. Back to Duffy, right on the mark to Merrifield, and Sano is safe, and now the Royals will probably take a second look.
Just love how Whitley's throwing that ball from second base on the double play. I mean, he's showing a great arm. He's letting that ball eat. He's throwing it hard, clearing himself and putting a lot on it. Close. Little topper. Duffy took his time. Sano trying to beat it out. Ned's talking to the connoisseur. Okay. You earned it. Beat it out. Pretty close.
Convincing? I don't know.
Yeah. That's what the connoisseur takes in consideration. That's Bill Duplessis.
Kenny Vargas takes a strike. Switch hitter. He's at first base tonight. Just can't tell right there if his foot's on the bag or not. And that rolls into center field. Sano is going to head to third. So a little squibber up the middle, just out of Escobar's reach. And Minnesota has runners at first and third with 2 down.
Escobar was playing Vargas to pull, so he was way over in the hole and couldn't get the dribbler up the middle. Royals defense sponsored by Ford. Drew Butera. He played for the Twins 2010 through 13. Familiar with their hitters. Sure does help. Merrifield at second.
Great changeup.
Looks like he's going with a lot of changeups early.
And that was with his slide step.
Yeah.
And remember Dave Island's warning about when you use that extreme slide step?
When you throw a fastball and you're quick home, that hitter's going to be quick, and he's looking for the heater. So it's good to throw the off-speed pitch on a quick pitch. Speeds everything up.
Paul Molitor has 4 switch hitters in the lineup tonight against Duffy. Base hit right field. So Sano hustling up the line and avoiding the double play leads to Minnesota's first run. And they now score a run in the first inning in each of the 3 games of the series.
How dare they take the lead? Okay, outer part of the plate now. I've noticed Duffy throwing a lot more off-speed pitches in the first inning. He wants to try to establish that fastball. Wants to stay aggressive with that pitch, not fall away from it. That's a good pitch. That's his bread and butter. These guys are nickel and diming him.
Another switch hitter, Eduardo Escobar. Oh, and 1 on Escobar. And now 0-2.
Change-up fastball.
Foul tip and a strikeout. 1 run on 3 singles. And at the end of 1, Minnesota leads 1-0.
Listen, that young fan speaking for all Royals fans. Get well, Salvi. He hears the message. And boy, after last night, as we see in our University of Kansas Hospital injury report, it did not look good. Anytime you get hit there in the wrist and by the hand, all those little bones in there. But the news ended up being good, and he got it checked out last night. Had it x-rayed today. It was negative, as was reported also last night, just a contusion. And so I had a chance to catch up with Salvi today, and first thing I said to him was, "How you doing?" And he said, "I'm good. I'm great," which of course that sounds like Salvi. He said at this point just needs some rest. He's getting a lot of treatment. The off day tomorrow certainly helps. He couldn't guarantee that he would be back by Friday, but he's hopeful that that could happen. Either way, he expects to be back soon. Great news today.
I was scared. Thank God for everything. Nothing bad. So bone bruise, I think. That's what Nick said. Hopefully a couple days.
And he said as far as treatment goes, whatever Nick Kenny tells him he's going to be doing, whether it's ice, whether it's laser, whatever it is, he wants to do what he can, guys, to get back into the game. And we know that Salvi doesn't like to sit very much, but I thought it was interesting. I think all of our hearts dropped and we held our breaths as that happened, because we know how important Salvi is to this team. And the second it happened, he said he was really scared too and thought that it was broken. So great news for the Royals and for Salvador Perez.
Thanks, Joel.
Laser treatment.
Yeah, interesting. I'm gonna have to do some investigation on the new treatment. Whatever it takes.
The side effect of doing laser treatment on your forearm is that your forearm hair will not grow back. Unless that's what you want.
I don't think he cares. He just wants to get out there and play the game. Speaking of playing the game, Alex loves it against Gibson. He's hitting .409, 9 for 22 with a homer.
High strike, 1-2.
Hit 91, 92. That straight fastball there, belt high. Oh, I could see the Royals jumping all over that. You know, and Gibson, he had a tough month of August. He went 2-2 with a 6.62 ERA. 17 walks. And that right there is one of the reasons that he's scuffled. He's becoming a nibbler, and that's a term used for somebody who doesn't want to be aggressive in the strike zone, but wants to just kind of pitch off the plate and nibble the corners. It's the early rap that we're getting on him. Or not early, but this season. Second half, changeup coming.
And if you look at his pitch usage, he doesn't throw nearly as many sinkers as he used to. I remember Gibson in his good starts against the Royals, he just throw fastballs right down the middle with that late break and just get ground ball after ground ball.
He's a worm burner. Can be. And with that height you mentioned, he's 6'6". That's perfect. Yeah, that tall downhill angle. Use that defense. But you can see his fastball's been up. Now they haven't exactly tore him up yet early, but it's still early. And by the way, the Royals had 4 out of their 6 wins here at Target Field against the Minnesota Twins are come from behind. So I don't think there's any Twins over there in their dugout doing jumping jacks this early in the game. And they've got the lead.
Do people still do jumping jacks?
Oh yeah.
Okay. 2 down. Celebratory jumping jacks, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like it. It's excited about it. Their lead
like
there.
This game's over?
Yeah, no, they know that the Minnesota Twins are been scuffling.
Gibson is from Indiana, but he went to college at MU, where he crossed paths with Aaron Crow and Max Scherzer. Minnesota's first-round pick in 2009. Kyle Gibson won his first big league start against the Royals back in June of 13. The losing pitcher in that game was Wade Davis, back when Wade was still a starter for the Royals. Chesler moves up in the batting order with Salvador Perez out and Lorenzo Cain out. been a while since Chesler has hit a home run, and yet really probably his game at this point is doubles more than home runs.
I would say
Chesler, he is tied with Brian Dozier for the most doubles since the All-Star break. Anytime you're tied with Brian Dozier for anything since the All-Star break, you're doing pretty good.
You got that right. He has not homered since August 13th, right back here in Minnesota off of Tyler Duffy. It's the last time Cuthbert homered.
Full count, back-to-back full counts for Gibson. Salvi typically would bat fifth, but Alex Gordon moves up to fifth. Cuthbert bats sixth tonight, and he'll take ball 4.
Our Kubota power stats are going to show one hot shortstop for the Kansas City Royals. Alcides Escobar, he's hitting it where it's pitched, and he's laying off of the sliders in the dirt, picking everything up. His average, his homer, and his power is coming back, and he's driving runs in by simply looking up in the zone and having a good level swing and showing no signs of tiring. He came out of his shoes on that little slider.
You say laying off sliders in the dirt. The other hot hitter right now for the Royals is Kendrys Morales, and that about sums up the difference between his first half and second half.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can do when you hit the pitch you want. It's hard though because you're aggressive, and these guys spin it pretty well. That's going to stay fair. Oh, too bad. But you know, they spin that ball so good up here at this level, and they know exactly where they're putting it, like Irvin Santana was early in the game last night. And you know, it makes it tough to look for your pitch.
I remember a hitting coach once saying, after a strikeout or getting jammed, to pop up a bad at bat, 4-word question: was it a strike? And if the answer was no, well, then don't beat yourself up. You're not going to get a hit on a pitch like that.
Right.
Oh. There's a fastball that had some bite to it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 14-game hitting streak is 3 shy of his career high. Lays off it again. 2-2.
Showing some plate discipline. That's what they've been doing off of Kyle Gibson. In the last 5 starts Gibson's thrown, his record is 1-4 with a 4.50, but he's issued 14 walks. So in the first 4 starts he only had 6 walks. So the guys are starting to lay off of some of his pitches.
Left side, Escobar will go the short way, and that ends the inning. Cuthbert walks, he's stranded. 1-0 Minnesota to the bottom of the second.
Target Field, Twins up on the Royals 1-0. The Golden Oak lending keys of the game. Duff needs to get tough again. That's right. He's given up a 9.28 in his last 2 starts. He has the ability to come out of that. Mash the Twinkies. That's right. We're 13-2 against them. Step on our neck today, sweep the series, and head on to Chicago.
Logan Schaefer swings and misses. That's the only left-hand bat in Paul Mogler's lineup against Danny Duffy. No Joe Mauer, no Jose Rosario, no Max Kepler. One and one.
And if you want to know why, that's why. Duffy's tough on lefties, just 188, 1 homer. So managers, they shy away from using left-hand bats. Good spot. Now righties, they can take him deep. He's giving up 18 to righties.
That's out of play. 2-2. Twins hit 3 singles in the first inning, and Robbie Grossman drove in Miguel Sano for the only run, and Sano reached, beating out a ground ball double play. Off the end of the bat, easy play for Paulo Orlando. 1 out. Royals and White Sox next Saturday, and feel like a part of the team in a Royals batting practice pullover presented by Fox Sports Kansas City. That's to the first 15,000 fans through the gates. You'll receive that batting practice pullover. Purchase tickets at royals.com/promotions. And by the way, while we're talking about the next homestand, and we are back in September, remember all the weekday games will begin at 6:15, not 7:15. So next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday against Oakland, if you're coming out, those games start at 6:15.
That's
as
right.
well as the last 3 weekend games of the final homestand.
Ah, so the kids can come.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
no balls and 2 strikes on John Ryan Murphy.
But I don't like the idea of these dark clouds coming on over the head of Target Field. How are we
I
looking?
think we're okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
The city's getting awfully dark.
it's a threatening looking sky, but the radar doesn't show any rain. Changeup strikes him out, and that's Duffy's 3rd tonight.
Hey, nice and smooth. Duffy using a nice mix of all 3.
So the sky is threatening, but there is no sign of the Minnesota grounds crew. Two down to Byron Buxton. Buxton had a heck of a series against the White Sox right before the Royals came to town. He had a grand slam, drove in 5 in the game on Sunday. But in this series, he is just 1 for 6. Minnesota Twins #1 prospect, Byron Buxton. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, but he's the Royals' Raul Mondesi. It's going to take some time. But they need him to step up in the worst way. Got to improve their outfield defense. Speedy runner. Cover some ground.
1-2 on Buxton. He is from Baxley, Georgia. You need to take a dirt road to get to Baxley, Georgia in the deep south. Population a little over 4,000. Inside with a breaking ball, 2-2 on Buxton.
Buxton saying, hey, now wait a minute. He just quick pitched me. You know, that nothing worse to upset the timing of the hitter than that quick pitch. And then he's used 2 off-speed pitches with it. Good spot there with a change. Wanted it.
Duffy looks like he's tightened up a bit. No beard. Got some high and tight going above the ears.
Yeah. Tighten it up. Looks good.
Got him with a breaking ball. 3 up, 3 down, and 2 more strikeouts for Duffy. He has fanned 4 in the first 2 innings. Concerned with what you are concerned with. They see those big black clouds coming in from downtown, but no rain falling. Chance for rain later tonight. 0-1 on Whit Merrifield.
Whitley's never faced Gibson. Swinging at the first pitch. I like it. He thought a heater was coming. Gibson with a good spot on the inside part. Kept it out of the middle.
Oh, and 2 on Whit.
Nice play. We'll take the souvenir.
Fouled off to the right side.
That's 2 hangers in a row he got. He missed it. I wouldn't say Gibson's doing what Santana was doing last night. Santana was anywhere but over the middle of the plate. Gibson, he's making a few mistakes. We haven't been able to catch him yet.
Here's our greater coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. Now the Royals started the season 19 games below 500 on the road. And now they've won 13 of their last 18 on the road in 5 consecutive road series.
Amazing what they can do when their back's against the wall. They're saying, hey, look, now it's time to start focusing. They let some things get away earlier in the season. Pitching at times was bad, then the hitting shut down. I mean, they just had a hard time with consistency.
Strike on Drew Butera. Butera had a big hit in the Royals' 7-run 9th inning last night. was a big hit. It was just 1 run, and the Royals scored 6 more after that, but this was the base hit that put the Royals in front. And then the dam broke.
Yep, the runs came gushing home.
Royals have had 2 different 7-run 9th innings this year. First time in 11 years that any major league team has had 2 7-run 9 innings. Now the first one was in May against the White Sox, and the Royals were down by 6. Last night's was with the game tied in the 9th inning, and Butera had a huge hit in the game back in May. And similar, he came into the game because Salvador Perez had been injured.
There's nothing better than a backup catcher that can produce with the bat. And he's worked hard at it, choking up on the bat. He realizes that he's a threat. He can do some damage. Not with the long ball, although he can hit for extra bases this year. He's been really good. 12 of his 25 hits have gone for extra bases. So he's choked up, he's balanced the barrel of that bat, and he's just hitting it where it's pitched.
Base hit center field.
That's a 2-strike approach there. Stayed inside of that fastball that was in on his hands. It's a jam shot. If he tries to pull it, he's out. It's a little ground ball to the left side of the field. But watch him pull his hands in. Perfect example. Keeping your hands inside the baseball. Bottom hand. Had some nice space. Look at that. Great stroke for a single.
Here's Dyson with 1-on-1 out. A bunt. And Murphy Ryan is on it and throws him out. Let's see how they score that. I can remember being here before, and on a play like that, the official score did not give the batter runner a sacrifice, thinking that he was bunting for a hit. He wasn't sacrificing.
Just a little bit further. If he'd have pushed that ball a little further, he'd have gotten himself a knock. It was very close.
No sacrifice.
Okay. It looked like he was bunting for a base hit.
But most official scores, if you put a bunt down, trying for a base hit or otherwise, and you advance a runner, they're going to give you a sacrifice.
I agree.
Although shaking his left hand after that abbreviated swing.
Think about that. That's a lot of torque when you're throwing the head of that bat. And then to stop it, there's a lot of pressure on the wrist when you check swing like that.
It's a foul ball. Got him on the foot before it went up the line. Royals got off to a good start tonight. They had Dyson with a base hit to right, but then he was picked off of first, and then Paulo single to center, and then he was picked off of first, and then Hosmer hit it hard at the middle, but the shortstop Polanco was playing behind second base.
We haven't seen that all year. First 2 batters of the game getting picked off first.
Three-pitch strikeout for Gibson. That's his first strikeout of the game. And Butera is left at second base.
Royals baseball is brought to you by Thoroughbred Ford. Ready for a great deal on a new Ford? Then it's time to go to Thoroughbred Ford.
John Pope in the house. Is this our home camera operator retreat?
I think it is. They like that drive up the freeway.
Kelly Meyer was here a couple of nights ago. Now John Pope.
John's the guy
charming the ladies.
Yeah, he gets to hold the camera down the field and run on the field with the players. He's got a special job.
Look at him.
He's enjoying his night off.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to work.
Of course he is.
He's used to walking around the ballpark with that camera in his hand and hustling.
So tell me, John, what's it like when you get to run on the field before the game with your camera?
That's right.
Well, let me tell you.
He gets all the girls that way.
Duffy has retired the last 4 Twins with 3 strikeouts. He's also struck out Dozier tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dozier struck out on a breaking ball in the first inning. Back to Duffy. To Hosmer, 1 away. And up comes Jorge Polanco.
Hey, this little double play ball here that was supposed to be. Sano said, I'm going to beat that out. Then the little base hit up the middle. Escobar was playing him way over in the hole, so he couldn't get to that. They got first and third. Grossman says, I'll just take a little shot to right. That's how they got on the board.
Polanco had one of the 3 hits in that first inning.
Polanco's looked good. He looks like he's playing like a veteran, not a rookie. He's made some good plays against the Royals at third, shortstop, and he's swinging the bat. Good time to do that since they're auditioning for next season.
Fastball over the inside, 2-1. Slide step and tied him up inside. 3-1. Twins have used 4 different shortstops this year. Talking about the audition.
Right. Good looking.
Royals have used 1.
Yeah,
or at least 1 starting shortstop.
They can't have him.
It's a fair ball. Second hit for Polanco against Duffy. Polanco's digging for second. Alex didn't quite field it the way he wanted to off of that angled side wall. Runner at second base with 1 out.
Gordon takes a lot of pride in picking up balls off of that wall, but sometimes you're going to miss the read. That ball just went over the back. And Alex was in the right spot, but you can't control where it's going to hop. There's a little cement underneath there too, underneath that padding. Because you always expect Alex to throw the guy out at second.
And now Miguel Sano. That hit the home plate umpire. And gets Polanco to third base. So a runner at second base, and it looked like Duffy and Butera were on the same page. I think Butera was expecting something off speed, and that was a fastball right off Lance Barksdale's mask.
unfortunate. That's a definite cross up there.
Got him on the shoulder.
Yeah, flush. I mean, like, no glove on it whatsoever. How's that feel? That's, wow. Gotta make sure that protection's there, covering that, man. He took all of that 95-mile-an-hour heater.
It is a pass ball. Royals will bring the infield in halfway. 1-0 on Sano. 2-0.
And the reason they're not all the way in is it gives them a little bit more range. The further back you play, you got more range to get to the ball to your left and right. Sano is not the best runner, although he did beat out a double play his last time up.
3 balls, no strikes. Kenny Vargas is on deck. Now they come in a couple more steps. Threw it by him at 95. And then a changeup right down the middle and up.
Fooled him. He was looking heater.
Huh?
Still, even if you're looking heater and it's in that spot right there, you're going to hit that. You're going to take a swing at that. Good thing he didn't.
Going to go back with the change. Struck him out looking.
I don't know what he was looking for.
I mean, you could be looking for a pitch, but you still have to protect the zone, right?
You're right. Hey, Sano, you got to go. You have the confidence to throw your changeup like that in hitters' counts. That's pretty gutsy.
Kenny Vargas, and he takes a changeup for a strike.
Stay hot with it. 3 in a row now he's thrown. And Vargas has done a great job his limited time up here hitting off lefties. Outside of that hit he got off Duffy, he's hit 529 off southpaws this year. He's raking him.
Jammed him. Escobar throws him out. Duffy buckles down after the double and the pass ball, getting a strikeout and a routine ground ball.
Is he the fastest man in baseball? He's got to be up there with Billy Hamilton. And as we take a look at the Royals' speed, our Academy Sports and Outdoor leaderboard, 50 stolen bases in 50 games, most in the American League since the All-Star break. Hud and Ryan mentioned it before. 8 straight games with stolen bases. Gerard Dyson most since the break, and they got faster. Is it possible to have a team with more speed in baseball than the Royals have right now? Talking to Rusty Kuntz, you guys, you always see him with that stopwatch over there. And today he was working on some speed and some outfield stuff with the guys. Always working on the jumps. Well, Rusty's timing how long it takes every pitcher to get the ball to the plate, and then they know who can go at what point. So for Alex Gordon, if a pitcher is about a 1.6 seconds to the plate, that's safe. For Escobar, about a 1.5. For Kane, about a 1.3. For Mondesi and Dyson, about a 1.25. For Billy Burns, about a 1.2. Ryan Presley last night was 1.15 to the plate, and Terrence Gore stole a bag on him. Rusty basically saying if a pitcher's at 1, which I don't even know if that's possible to deliver in 1 second, Terrence Gore can still go. He was trying to think if he could remember a player as fast as Terrence Gore, and he thought maybe Vince Coleman from the Cardinals. But he said the cool thing that's going on right now is with all of these speedsters, they're all picking each other's brains and learning.
That's down for a hit for Hosmer. And he'll go into second base with a double.
Yeah, Joel, look, they were even out there before the game when you saw Rusty Kuntz out there. Gore was showing Billy Burns some technique that he works on in the offseason. On starts, he'd stand behind Burns and he would touch one side of his body and that meant go, and then he touched the other side, that meant get back. So just working on the reactions, and the fact that they're sharing stuff with each other tells me there's no jealousy in there. You know, these guys are all pulling on the same end of the rope. They all want to get to the championship.
Well, it also tells you that they're learning from each other, and little techniques, the slightest little thing that could shave some time off, or reading different pitchers. And Rusty said to me the other day, Gore
line to deep right field, and that's over Schaefer's head. He did a great job of selling that he was going to make that play. The throw goes nowhere. Hosmer still scores. Hosmer was convinced, or at least suspicious, that Schaefer might make that play. He still scored, and then Schaefer threw it to no man's land.
And the reason he was able to deke him is that he continued looking like he was going to catch the ball, and that ball was well over his head on the line. So that was a great job there. He knew he wasn't going to catch it, but you'll watch him in right field if you can see it from here. See him? See that right there? He just turned, act like he was going to catch it. That froze Haas. So he's saying, uh-oh, wait a minute. Okay, but now this errant throw is what they're able to score him. Well, Jershely was able to keep him moving when he saw the throw was going away, and Morales, he was in no man's land between first and second. They would have gotten it out had they thrown the ball in to the right guy.
Buxton threw it to third, and there was no play at third. They're going to call that a single, and Morales goes to second on the throw in. Kendrys Morales has driven in 9 in this series. Change up, and it's 1-1 on Alex.
That ball was just crushed. I'm surprised it didn't put a dent in the wall.
And now make it a single, error 8 with Morales going to second base. So on the throw, but give Buxton an error. Boy. 2-1.
Okay, this has been the hot spot for Morales. We've seen the 2 homers in the 2 series. That ball just spun. It was a little cement mixer. It just spun over the middle, and there it is. Toe tap, flamingo leg, load. And if he gets under it a 1/4 of an inch, he hits it exactly where he hit those other 2 home runs.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Swung over a breaking ball. That's Gibson's second strikeout tonight. Here's Ned Yost on the surge from Kendrys Morales.
He's seeing the ball really well. He's able to recognize change of speeds, like you know, he's hitting the last couple of days his smashed changeups that were at the bottom of the strike zone, but they weren't below the strike zone. So obviously when he's swinging the way that he is, he puts up big offensive numbers.
That he does. Long accurate throw. Escobar over to Vargas to get Chesler Cuthbert, and Morales stays put at second base.
Yeah, look what those 10-game hitting streak has been productive. Very. And really, it's been both sides of the plate for Morales. It's not just one side. He's been seeing his share of lefties and righties.
Low to Escobar. This will be the 60th pitch thrown by Gibson. And with every pitch, the Royals get closer to the Minnesota bullpen. And that's where the Royals have been doing their damage. The majority of their damage over the last two series, against the opponent's bullpen. Down and away, 2-0.
Look how he's disciplining himself off of those pitches. You know, this is a good time to keep his hitting streak alive. He's at 14 games now, but his average with runners in scoring position has jumped immensely. He's at 291 now. He was down in the 250s and 260s 3 weeks ago. He's really picking things up. He's making him throw a strike.
All right, it's 3-0, and I agree with you. To your point, Escobar, maybe earlier in the season, the count right now is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Exactly.
Right? He's maybe 2-1,
you're
but
right.
probably 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He would have swung at those first 2 pitches. He's really doing a good job of seeing it up.
And then even that take right there, you know, some guys will just stand casually at the plate, take. I mean, he watched that ball all the way back into the catcher's glove, which is what you're taught when you're little, right?
Yep, great point. 1-0 you. Now he's looking to drive.
Full count.
Not happy. He shoots, he scores. It's a little too quick.
It's all right.
Take that
ball.
ball.
Fire. That's all right.
Yeah, I like it. What's he going to come with here? What's Suzuki? Or that's not Suzuki. That's John Ryan Murphy back there. What's he going to put down?
Still alive. Escobar has driven in 46 in his career against Minnesota, 2 in this series. And 46 is the most for him against any team. In the air to left field. And out of play. That is probably an out, or at least close to an out, at Kauffman Stadium and many other ballparks, but that section of seats angles sharply to the left field line for the last 30 feet or so, and then all of a sudden you have hardly any foul territory.
Made a Royals fan happy out there. Yeah, Escobar, 8-pitch coming. You can tell Escobar would like to pull this ball. Maybe he'll recognize a pitch and shoot it to right. He's all over. He's trying to pull.
A reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. How about some Miller Time right here? The Royals have tied the game. Hosmer opened with a double. Morales singled him home, and now Morales is in scoring position. Another foul ball.
Okay, now Escobar, he definitely is looking to take him out of the ballpark here. But look, now all he needs is just a lousy single. If you look at the right side and look at how their defense is playing him, nobody has played Escobar with their 3 guys on this side. Look at the lanes for him. So his newfound power and how hot he's gotten has gotten around the league a little bit. And they can see how he's swinging. He's trying to pull the ball. But man, all it's going to take is just a little worm burner past Vargas over there at first base to get Morales home. And it's going to have to be soft hit to score Morales.
And he takes a walk.
Oh, he's locked in. Boy, that's beautiful. He milked, what, 10 pitches there? Nice job. And then he
fouled off 5 in a row before ball 4.
And he won the at-bat. That's right, Rusty patted him on the back. That's Escobar's 25th walk. Shocked the house. Way to go.
2 on, 2 out.
Time for Whitley.
And Whit grounded out to second base. First time up. And he takes a breaking ball low.
Kyle Gibson was saying right there, they're supposed to swing at that pitch. You know, this is an audition really for Kyle Gibson too. I mean, you know, he came into this game with a 5.31 ERA. They're watching him closely. They're evaluating him.
5.31 altogether, but 6.8 in his last 7. And if anything, the Royals have tied the game, and they're working on his pitch count. They've got him up over 20 in this inning, and this will be his 70th of the game, and we're in the 4th inning. Almost got him on the arm. 2 balls and no strikes.
It's great to see Whitley back. He's a baseball player, knows how to play the game, can swing the bat, runs well, does everything well.
And now 3-0.
See what I mean about nibbling? He's just not being aggressive. With his sinker, he should stay convicted with that pitch and just go straight downhill and let that ball run and let him put the ball in play.
And to a point you made earlier, his sinker with his height, I mean, he'd be almost impossible to elevate. In theory, at least. 3-1.
Yeah, like that pitch right there. If he would just pound that strike zone right there like that, a lot of hitters are going to get themselves out.
Remember our discussion the other day about pitchers wearing number 44?
Yeah.
There you go. There's another one.
That was Denny. Denny was up here.
Line base hit left field. Morales will be waved home on Grossman. Throw is cut off.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was a strong and it looked like accurate throw by Grossman in left field. But Escobar rounding second aggressively. That was enough to distract the Twins' Escobar. And the Royals have taken the lead with 2 in the 4th inning.
Okay, now there's 2 outs. So really, they get that out. That's big.
Oh, man.
Royals got a run. They got 2 last inning. Tied it up and went ahead with Whitley's base hit. Now watch this play here. There's 2 outs. Grossman's got 3 outfield assists. Would have had 4 there. See, he caught it. Now, if he catches it, and that ball looked like it was going to go right in, they were going to be able to get him. The only way you cut that ball is if you can tag the runner before the run crosses the plate. So there was a play that Gibson says, no, what are you doing?
And Gibson would know because he's backing up the play. He can judge the angle of the throw.
Yep. The defense has been hurting them all year.
Whit Merrifield on a 3-1 pitch. Drives in Morales. Duffy falls behind Robbie Grossman. He drove in Minnesota's run in the first inning with a single the other way.
Duffy wanted that first pitch.
Drilled deep right center field, and it's off the bottom of the wall. Robbie Grossman has a leadoff double. So the tying run is in scoring position with nobody out. Duffy talks to home plate umpire Lance Barksdale as the nuances of the play would have it. Duffy went to cover third. Lance Barksdale went over to third, and he could probably talk about that first pitch he made in the at-bat.
Yeah, he did, but you know, Grossman, he got a pitch that was down out over the plate, but he was able to drive it and lift it. It was a nice swing.
Here's Eduardo Escobar. Duffy struck him out to end the first inning. And he was the man who just cut off that strong throw by Grossman. Escobar looks the runner back, makes a good throw back to Hosmer, so no advance for Grossman.
Beautiful play. You automatically think that this is going to be an out when it's hit because he's so good at what he does, but man, it's not a given. He could miss that throw. He could throw it up the line, or so many ways to mess up that play. He's really playing Gold Glove caliber shortstop that he is.
Schaefer flied out to right field in the second inning.
And he had a good swing. Took a few good rips. He fouled off a couple breaking balls.
Slide step, and Schaefer's out in front, 0-1. Breaking balls outside, 1-1 on Schaefer. Breaking ball, breaking ball, breaking ball, 1-2.
It's not going to give him a heater. Give him a chance to knock in a run here. Make him earn it.
Gets away from Butera, and no play at third. That is a gift for the Twins. Picks up Escobar, who wasn't able to advance him when he batted.
Sure does. Not sure if they're on the same page, Butera, but that's just a bad location. That's not located properly. As you can see where Butera was sitting way outside in the pitch at 96. You're not going to have any time to react and catch it. But nothing like the Twins defense. Both of the runs really, that the Royals scored last inning were given to them by their defense. Throwing to the wrong cutoff man and cutting off the ball there. Let Morales score.
Back to the breaking ball and strikes him out. 6 for Duffy tonight. 2 down in the 4th inning. Don't forget, you can hang out with your friends at Kauffman Stadium every Wednesday for only $10 with your school ID and student night. You'll enjoy a happy hour special at the Boulevard Grill concession stand and listen to live local music on the Outfield Experience stage before the game. Royals.com/student night. And the next one is coming up a week from tonight. The Oakland A's at Kauffman Stadium. Don't forget, 6:15, not 7:15. Curveball is high and inside to John Ryan Murphy. Duffy struck him out with a changeup in the 2nd inning. There's a changeup at the knees.
Nice job of receiving that strike right there by Butera. He made that look nice. Home plate umpire Lance Barksdale.
One and 2. Former catching prospect in the Yankees organization. And he was blocked by Brian McCann. Gary Sanchez was on his way up. So coming to Minnesota in a trade for Aaron Hicks, whose shelf life had expired here in Minnesota. Struck him out. Breaking ball in the dirt. And Duffy gets around the leadoff double. And with a runner at 3rd and 1 out, Duffy strikes out Schaefer and Ryan Murphy. 7 strikeouts for Duffy. Minnesota scored in the 1st inning. Royals get 2 in the 4th. Morales and Merrifield driving in the runs. Merrifield with 2 outs. That was a good looking swing.
Sure was. But he worked himself into a hitter's count. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing some excellent plate appearances tonight by the Royals on Gibson.
Oh, blasted to left field. Grossman looks, and it's in the bleachers. And that's a career high 4 home runs for Drew Butera. Drew Butera has 27 hits for the Royals this year. And 13 have been for extra base hits.
That he ambushed Gibson. He went up there thinking he's going to try to get a fastball in first pitch, and you can't sneak a piece of cheese by a hungry Butera. He knows he's going to get a little bit of opportunity here. Now Salvi, thankfully, he's okay. I don't know if he'll play on Friday, but that home run might have just gotten Drew a start on Friday in Chicago. Nice time. Good timely hit. Jumped him.
Hasn't got a lot of playing time, and yet the home runs, a new career high. The doubles tie a career high. He made the most of his playing time. That's a, you know, he had the same thing here in Minnesota. He was the backup to Joe Mauer.
Wow.
And that's when Mauer was playing more than your average major league catcher. So he didn't get a lot of playing time as a backup, but he sure made the most of it.
Yeah, but you know, it's nice to see him being rewarded for his hard work. He's always working. We come to the ballpark at 3 o'clock. Lots of times he's out there with Pedro Gaffal, the catching instructor, working on pitches. Here it is. Short, compact swing. Choked up on the bat. He's really worked on going to all fields. But man, he caught that perfectly. You could tell. Swung on, gone that quick. But he's always working. That's how you get yourself a little multi-year deal. I mean, you know, you work hard like that, and they know that. A team's going to say, look, you're valuable. Look at the torque. Look at that balance on there. He catches it out front and says, you know, see you later. Pitch elevated. Already all he had to do was come down on it. Got a little backspin on the ball.
Three and two. Yikes.
Yeah, just a shot.
That's chop foul.
Gerard Dyson now doesn't want to leave the lineup. That's one of the reasons why they're not rushing Lorenzo back. Gerard Dyson has taken this moment that they were giving him in spring training. But his first at-bat in spring training, he pulled an oblique muscle in his side. And now he's telling himself, all right, now I have a chance to be the guy.
Gibson takes it to the bag himself. That was a nice play, especially for a guy 6'6".
And had he not fielded it, Dyson would have had a base hit. So good decision to take it himself. Look at him, he bounced over there. Because if Vargas fields it and then tries to shovel it to him, there's no way they're going to make that transfer in time.
Too close to each other, too.
Right.
Paulo hasn't put a first pitch in play so far tonight, but only Mike Trout has a higher batting average, putting a first pitch in play. And I'd be surprised if Paulo got anything good to hit on the first pitch.
Got a breaking ball last time, first pitch strike.
That's a strike. Pitcher's pitch, not a hitter's pitch. Paulo's not sure. He's shaking his head.
Well, he didn't want that.
Another reason why he didn't like it. Oh, and 2. Gibson began with 3 scoreless innings. Royals scored 2 in the 4th. Gibson's defense let him down. And the Royals have added a run in the 5th. Change up in the dirt, and Ryan Murphy didn't see it right away. He was looking in the wrong direction, and Paulo is on with a strikeout wild pitch.
Yeah, Paulo a little bit aggressive, but he'll take it. He saw that ball kicking by Murphy. Murphy turned the wrong way, and he said, I'm going to beat that out. Going hard down the line.
Eric Hosmer's been right on Gibson a couple of times tonight. He's grounded sharply to short and doubled up the left field line. Hosmer has driven in 5 in this series.
Well, he took an impressive batting practice today. Sailing some balls, center field, upper deck, right center. I mean, in the middle of the field.
Dozier. Oh my, that is impressive. That might be the double play of the year.
For the Twins anyway, and Kyle Gibson, he appreciates that. Haas thought he had him a knock. Dozier, great short hop pick. And glove, open glove feed. It's a beauty.
Drew Butera's home run gives Danny Duffy a little more cushion. 3-1 Royals as he begins the bottom of the 5th inning. Danny allowed a run in the 1st. And he worked around a 1-out double in the 3rd and a leadoff double in the 4th. Changeup, 1-1 on Buxton. Buxton struck out in the 2nd inning. Duffy has struck out 7 in his first 4 innings.
5 of them on his breaking ball.
That will sail over Alex's head. And the Twins have a 2nd straight leadoff double.
Well, that beautiful double play that was turned behind Kyle Gibson was a momentum turner. I mean, they took that in the dugout with some energy. So it's going to be up to Duffy to try to hold him down, but that fastball down the middle was struck hard.
So far, Brian Dozier is 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded back to Duffy. Changeup squirted out of his hand. 1 ball and no strikes. 39 home runs for Brian Dozier, second most in the major leagues. Last time Minnesota Twin hit that many home runs was 1970 when Harmon Killebrew, Hall of Famer, hit 41. Don't normally put Harmon Killebrew and Brian Dozier in the same sentence.
Nope.
Dyson gets behind it. Buxton can really run.
Uh-oh.
And Dyson's throw very high.
How
And thank
about
goodness
that?
Duffy is there.
Danny Duffy doing what a lot of pitchers won't do on a play like that, and that's to be over there to back up the throw. But Duffy's an athlete. He fields his position well, and he saved Buxton from coming over there. Now watch him. See, he's just trying over there. He's not thinking anything's going to happen. Then Dyson whiffs the throw. Duffy has to get dirty, save that ball from possibly going into the stands. Just got under it. He's got a strong arm, but release point wasn't good. No harm, but Duffy helping himself.
There's been two guys tonight who have really been a thorn in Duffy's side. Right here, Jorge Polanco and Robbie Grossman. Breaking ball is high. Polanco has singled to left and doubled to left. And Grossman, who's filling in as the number 5 hitter tonight, he's 2 for 2. Pickoff play second base. Slide step, and it's in for a strike. 1-1. Over the outside, 1-2. That's been Duffy's go-to pitch tonight. Has been his breaking ball.
It has, and I'd like to bring in our Hall of Famer Jeff Montgomery. Monty, he's throwing a lot more off-speed pitches than we're used to him seeing.
Well, it seems like he's got great confidence in that changeup, especially when you see him throw it 2, sometimes 3 times in a row. It tells me he's got really good confidence in that changeup.
So he's got a couple of them working for him. His fastball, maybe not one of them, because it's been getting tagged.
Yeah, and if the fastball's been up a little bit. He's not been able to really kind of bury that fastball to get those put away outs with the fastball. As a result, see him going more with the off pitches.
Struck him out.
Ooh, that was nasty there.
Yeah, another thing too, to your point, Hud, and Monty's point, is we brought this up all series. The Twins are hitting a lot of home runs, and it's a younger team, and it feels like at times they're just kind of wailing away up there. And I wonder if that wasn't part of the scouting report tonight.
Possibly
they're
so.
going to be sitting on a fastball and trying to yank it out of the ballpark.
Right now, Dozier, when he let off the game, obviously you're not going to throw him any fastballs. Duffy threw a lot of breaking pitches to him, but he's continued that, and maybe because of that, he's found confidence in his secondary pitches. Now, that pitch there, well, that was his best breaker of the night. That started middle of the plate and to the back leg of the righty.
And now a strike to Sano.
Okay, Juba Gutierrez doing a great job back there, making those pitches look good. That was a good example. That last pitch there, he's made 2 or 3 of Duffy's pitches look really good by the way he's setting up, and the way he's framing it and holding that ball back there. That's awfully important, how you present that ball or the pitch. See how he's moving his body. He's moving his body over there, and therefore he's squaring it up with his body, and it appears like it's right down the middle. Again, he works on that. They set the machine up before games at the K, and they put the ball in there, and he catches them and works on frame and works on holding that ball to where it looks presentable to the umpire.
Two and two on Sano. Duffy struck him out in the third inning on back-to-back changeups. Not swinging.
Right, didn't swing at any of them. This is a big opportunity right here for Duffy. Get that strikeout if he can. They can get the out and leave that leadoff double there, and Buxton stranded. Showed you a little shot of Pedro Grifol over there, man. Nice work, Pete. He does a good job with the catchers. He's always one of the guys that's saying, hey, let's go to work. Big pitch coming.
On the ground to Escobar. High throw off the bag, play at the plate. Safe. And again, it's Sano hustling up the line. That may have caused Escobar to rush his throw. And Minnesota has made it a 3-2 game. The Royals are going to take a look at that play at the plate.
Haas was alert, and I don't know if Buxton was able to get his hand in there. He came in awfully late, and see if he got his hand in there. That's some heads-up base running right there.
That would have been another failed chance for a run after a leadoff double had Buxton not raced around third base to score. So now it's a 3-2 game, and Vargas at the plate, and that's below the knees for ball one. So error 6, no RBI.
13th by Eske.
Now 2-0 on Vargas. He is singled and grounded out to short.
Miguel Sano says, hey, I'm not known for my running, but you know what? I can respect 90 feet. Look at that. He's showing some athleticism there. You know, Paul Molitor has had to have a couple of meetings on going 90 feet this year. He told me yesterday.
Deep right field, and Paulo has just enough room to bring it down. So Minnesota's defense has helped the Royals, and now the Royals defense helps the Twins. It's a one-run game. Clemente Day. All throughout Major League Baseball, we found out today that Eric Hosmer is the Royals nominee for the prestigious Roberto Clemente Award. Royals lead 3-2 going to the 6th inning. And speaking of Roberto Clemente, our sprint trivia question is: Clemente had 4 batting titles in the 60s. Since then, who are the other 4 players who have 4 or more batting titles in a decade? So Clemente 4 in the 60s. Who, and there are 4 of them, who has won 4 or more in 1 decade since? You should know this, Hud. Don't think too hard.
I don't like how the question's written, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, so Clemente won 4 batting titles in the 60s. The 60s was a decade.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
4 players since Clemente have also won 4 or more batting titles in 1 decade.
Okay, we'll get it. You don't want my answers right now, do you?
Absolutely. Let's go. Fire away, man.
Tony Gwynn. Oh, did he do it again?
He did. Kendrys Morales. That is 10 runs driven in this series for Morales.
Do we have a winner this inning?
Claire Inman.
Claire
from KCMO wins $3,700 in our Sonic Slam inning.
Shocked the house. Woo, man, you could tell, you could just tell by the sound, but also how small the ball gets when it gets up in that air, that it ain't coming back, although it hit off the facade of the upper tank, and it did come back.
Grossman waits in left field and makes a play on Alex. Alex is 0 for 3. The Royals get that run right back in the top of the 6th inning.
He's approaching lava on again. There he is. He's got the whole thing working. That lower half load, that big, catching it out in front there to pull it. Great head position. He's right on it. I'll show you the balance again just for the heck of it. But he is right on it.
Minnesota got a great defensive play for the last 2 outs at the top of the 5th. Then they get a gift run in the bottom of the 5th, and the Royals spoil it, getting a run right back. Inside to Cuthbert. 4 home runs, 10 runs driven in this 3-game series.
That's lava hot for me. And for him. More importantly for him. I don't think I was ever lava hot. But look at that. Good play.
Cuthbert is 0 for 2 with a walk. And it's even more frustrating for Minnesota fans because one of the worst seasons in Kendrys Morales' career was partly here in Minnesota. So they're probably thinking, hey, what about us? Back in 2014, Kendrys played the first 39 games for the Twins and hit 1 home run. That was the year when he turned down the qualifying offer from Seattle. He did not get a contract from a major league team because they didn't want to lose a draft pick. So after the next year's draft, Minnesota signed him. And when that happens, you sign a player to a major league deal who doesn't have options. You can't send him to the minor leagues to play for a week or 10 days. You sign him and boom, he's in the big leagues. And Kendrys was playing from behind that whole year.
No spring training. Man, that's almost impossible for any hitter to come into the season without spring training. No timing, no live pitching. Oh, they just gave up on him to the Royals game. Another KMO blast. Shocked the house.
At the kiss cam here at Target Field, and Pope grounded into a double play.
He did. He's out.
Kenny Duffy back with a 2-run lead. He began the bottom of the 5th ahead by 2, 3-1. Minnesota got an unearned run in the bottom of the 5th. Then Kendrys Morales homered leading off the 6th. 2-0 on Robbie Grossman, who drove in Minnesota's first run in the 1st. And then hit a leadoff double in the 4th, but Minnesota couldn't get him home. Oh my. Oh, that was loud and gone. Robbie Grossman is a triple shy of hitting for the cycle. You couldn't hit home runs in this ballpark.
Well,
the ball's been flying out of here in this series.
It is jumping. Still some humidity in the air here. And that was a no-doubt. 19th home run. He's given up to a right-handed batter.
And Duffy back with a fastball at 95. Hit, but playable. Mason brings it down. Eduardo Escobar is 0 for 3. Any more thoughts on our trivia question? You've got Tony Gwynn.
Yeah. How about Rod Carew?
That would be an in-the-house guy, former Twin.
Okay.
Who?
How about Wade Boggs?
How about Wade Boggs?
Put him on there.
Okay. So we need one more. Duffy struck out Schaefer in the 4th inning. That was a big out. That was with a runner at 3rd and 1 out. And he has just toyed with Schaefer using his curveball. Two and one.
Are you going to play tonight, or are you going to let me answer them all? Because I will.
I got an early preview of this trivia question, so I know who it is. But you don't need me. You've got 3 of the 4.
You carry me every night.
Great location. 2 and 2. Schaefer, you can imagine how he feels right now. He's getting all those breaking balls. And he finally gets a fastball, and he's probably thinking he was going to get a breaking ball.
He's happy to be in the lineup. Believe that.
He's the only left-hand hitter in the lineup. Back with a breaking ball and another strikeout.
No chance.
Danny Duffy has struck out 9 tonight. Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with The Mission Continues as we commemorate the 15th anniversary of the events of 9/11. All over the country, The Mission Continues is bringing together veterans and civilians through local service projects and honoring this day in history by giving back to our communities. Visit foxsportsupports.com. Pass Hosmer and into right field. John Ryan Murphy is on with 2 outs.
All right. You're counting on me to get all 4 answers tonight. I'm going to go ahead and deliver for you. Haas! Oh, Haas almost got that. just stayed down under his glove. What lack of effort. Miguel Cabrera.
Look at that. Look at you. Training wheels off.
The first few years was rough here. You know, I had to do some homework in the offseason on my Royals history, but the last few years now, I'm starting to get the hang of it. But you're helping them a lot immensely, especially breaking down the questions the way they're read for me. Thank you.
Just trying to give you the English translation of the English trivia questions.
Thank you.
Outside to Buxton. Buxton doubled to left center field last time up. Duffy struck him out back in the second. And now Danny is at 93 pitches. Did he go? He did. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 2. He has really done a good job tonight of mixing up his pitches with that slide step.
He has.
Unpredictable.
This is the best I've seen him since his big strikeout performance in Tampa Bay. And that I can't remember facing many lefties that threw that breaking ball with a slide step.
And that is 10 strikeouts for Danny Duffy.
And there you go. That's the reason he's upsetting their timing, and he's looking good. Give him some more runs. Purchase any remaining 4 games or more and receive $10 high-V view level tickets and unlock exclusive access to 2017 season tickets and 2016 playoff rights. Learn more now at Royals.com/postseason. Hope it happens.
Alex Wimmers comes out of the Minnesota bullpen, and there's an opportunity for the Royals to gain some ground tonight. Teams ahead of them in the wild card: Baltimore lost, Detroit lost, and Cleveland leads in the 9th inning against Houston. That's kind of a good news, bad news if you're thinking division. bad news. If you're thinking wild card, good news. That would be 3 teams if Cleveland can hang on. 3 teams ahead of the Royals in the wild card taking a loss, and the Royals lead by 1 in the 7th inning. 2-0 on Whit Merrifield. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. So 3.5 right now, could be 3.
Taking care of their own house and their own business is what the Royals want to do. Continue to do that.
Yankees 1. They're ahead of the Royals in the wild card. They shut out Toronto, which is a heavy lift.
And this is what we'll do the rest of the games out. We've got to watch the scoreboard. Last year, we were laughing. What we have, about 17-game lead this time? We had a big lead. I don't know if it was 17.
Finished with a 12.
Okay.
And finished here, as a matter of fact. Finished here in Minnesota. Royals had a rough overall September, but they won their last 5 regular season games.
I remember there was a little panic setting in, weren't there? We hit a little spell there in September, made some people nervous.
Foul off the right field line. Alex Wimmers pitched a scoreless 6th inning in game 1. Just called up on August 25th. He was Minnesota's first-round pick in 2010 out of Ohio State.
Sinker baller. Looked pretty straight to me. He's high 80s, low 90s. Curve change. Three and 2. Sinker got to be coming.
Another foul ball.
I think he pulled a string on it. Probably threw him a change up there.
We're talking about Wimmers on Monday night. He's gone through a lot. First round pick, you figure destined for the big leagues eventually, but injured in the minor leagues, got a case of the yips, couldn't find the strike zone, eventually had Tommy John surgery. Fastball away, struck him out. One down. Time for a premier Mazda of Overland Park game break. This is Justin Morneau with RBI single against Detroit's Shane Green. White Sox winning 7-4 over Detroit, and Chicago helping out the Royals, taking 2 out of 3 in that series. And the Royals head to Chicago after the game tonight. They have tomorrow off and then play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. $23 more games after tonight in the regular season. One ball, 1 strike on Butera.
Butera said, hey, look, guys, let me in on some of the power shots. Fastball, first pitch by Kyle Gibson. Ambushed him. Hit right to those fans. Gave him a souvenir right in their lap. Butera average at 284 now.
Good spot, 1 and 2. We're talking about how much he's made the most of his limited playing time. He had the go-ahead RBI last night in the 9th inning, his 4th of the year, and it ended up being the game-winning RBI, and that in fewer than 100 plate appearances. And of players who have that few plate appearances, Drew Butera tied for the most go-ahead RBIs and has the most game-winning RBIs. So he's been clutch in limited playing time.
He has been. Now, we're talking about the playoff push. Last year in Houston, that walk he got in that inning to keep the line moving was huge.
fight set pitch off.
I mean, Butera, like I said, he's a manager's delight to have a backup catcher that just doesn't go in and catch. All catch and no hit. Looked like he might have twisted his ankle a tad there, but that was a good pitch for him there. He jammed himself. He's thinking opposite field. 2-strike approach. Oh, that's a hang.
That pitch borderline. Might have been a little high. Butera has a word or two with Lance Barksdale on his way back to the third base dugout.
Oh man, are you kidding me? This is a good hit pitch. That's a hanger. You gotta jump on that.
In there.
Yeah, you just do that little top hand on there with that kind of spin, catch it underneath it, ball jump again. He could have had a multi-home run game. Just locked him up. And Wimmers, he's coming in throwing strikes. Royals been wearing out the bullpen of the Minnesota Twins in the first 2 games of this series. Looks like he's saying, I'm going to put it into that.
Well, he's one of the few guys that has not been hit hard. That scoreless 6th inning on Monday.
Maybe Molitor will let him go 2 innings. We got a lefty warming up. It's like Roark.
Not to be confused with O'Rourke.
O'Rourke. Yep.
Nationals have a pitcher named Roar.
And he's good.
Yeah.
Tanner he could be one of the reasons they win their pennant. We'll see. A lot out there. Look at everyday Eddie. Is he on guard or what? That's a
hands on his hips.
Yeah,
like a soldier.
Bullpen coach behind him.
Everyday Eddie was his nickname with Minnesota. Former Twins closer.
One heck of a guy. Okay. Gonna walk a double right there.
Vote for the Royals Player of the Month at one of the 7 Rally House locations in the KC metro area. All participants will be entered to win a majestic prize pack. How about Paulo hits a gap, gets Dyson in from first base.
God, I wouldn't mind seeing him hit one out of the park.
Breaking ball outside.
Brewers has been doing a pretty good job though with sinking fastball, breaking ball. Dyson was on an early leadoff single, got picked off.
Royals are without a stolen base tonight, but they have at least 1 stolen base in their previous 8 games. Royals record is 14 consecutive games with a stolen base. Not running. Paulo bunts in the air, and the Twins let Wimmers make the catch. A sensational play by Alex Wimmers to end the inning.
He actually looked athletic.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Brian Dozier, who has hit 4 home runs in this series, will lead off. And Joakim Soria is a Chevy call to the bullpen. You'll get Dozier, Polanco, and Sano. Joakim had a rough one on Sunday, giving up 2 runs to the Tigers late, and then pitched well last night. Coming on in the 7th inning in relief of Dylan G. Got Minnesota 3 up, 3 down, including retiring Dozier on a ground ball to short.
62nd game, 4-pitch mix, throwing 5 with his split finger changeup. Big slow curve at times. Fastball low to mid-90s. Careful with Dozier.
One hit against Soria, and it was a home run. Fouled off of Butera.
It's a good pitch there. Pull the string.
Tonight, Dozier struck out, grounded to the mound, and flied to center against Danny Duffy. Duffy was good tonight. 6 innings, 3 runs. 2 were earned, and he struck out 10. Up the middle, base hit center field. Jorge Polanco has a 2-hit game, 2 out of 3 against Duffy. Royals always believed that Danny Duffy could be the type of pitcher, when you look at wins and ERA, that he is now. Bunted in the air, and Cuthbert makes the play. So wins, losses, ERA, even strikeouts. I think the Royals felt like he could be that guy, but they'll admit that the way Duffy has become such an efficient pitcher, he wasn't terribly efficient tonight, but he's among the league leaders in fewest pitches per inning. And look at that tonight, Hud. 10 strikeouts against no walks.
I love the fact that he didn't walk a batter. He made him put the ball in play. Last start he had no walks was August 11th against the White Sox. So it's been a while. He's had some games in between. He's walked 2.
Dozier runs and steals second base, so that makes up for the bad bunt by Polanco. It's just the 15th time, Hud, in Royals history that a starter has had at least 10 strikeouts with no walks.
Yeah, and that's good enough to win, you hope. The pin to win. He's got to come in there. Dozier rips off his 14th. Just got onto the tag.
Edinson Volquez, another Royals pitcher who accomplished that this year, and he did that against the Twins. That stolen base was off of Soria, even though it's hung on Butera's numbers. Runner at second, 1 out. Miguel Sano. 2 balls and no strikes. He reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning and scored Minnesota's first run. Yikes. Off the wall. Game is tied. Sano has a double.
Let's see where this one was. Right down the middle, 86. Looked like a changeup that stayed up, and Sano was able to keep his hands inside and drove it deep. Paulo tried to trick Dozier. He got to the wall and he turned around, acted like he was going to catch it, but no chance. It hit that high off the wall, and they couldn't get it in time.
That's the 11th time this year that Soria has come into a game with the Royals either leading or the game is tied, and when the inning is over, the Royals no longer have the lead. Well, now they're trying to make sure that they do hang on to the lead with runner at second base and one out.
Meat of the order, and he's just leaving too many pitches in the middle.
Now he's 2-0 with Vargas. Two and one. Going to make sure he comes set.
Yep, that was an issue for him early in the season. 3 box. Good hitters count here. Be careful.
Full count. Vargas was on his way to first base. Switch hitter Vargas, followed by switch hitter Grossman, followed by switch hitter Escobar. Walk, 2 on, 1 out, and Robbie Grossman is coming up, and Grossman's already had a whale of a night. As a right-hand batter, Grossman is singled, doubled, and homered. 3 for 3.
And he's only grounded to 2 double plays. Sawyer would like that. He's induced a couple himself.
Low for ball 1. Last cycle was 7 years ago for Minnesota. Last cycle for the Royals was 1990. On the ground to Hosmer. Out at second. And now first and third with 2 down.
Chester was messing with Sano.
And now Eduardo Escobar is coming up, and Ned Yost wants him to bat right-handed. First and third, 2 down. Matt Strom comes on to face Escobar. Royals baseball is brought to you by your local Kansas City area Chevy dealers. Visit for great prices on the all-new 2016 Malibu. By Panera Bread, food as it should be with 24 Kansas City metro locations. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors, right stuff, low price every day. Matt Strom coming out of the Royals bullpen, and Strom pitches for the first time this month. Last pitched on August 31st.
Okay, inherited runners. Only one has scored. Good fastball. Low to mid-90s. Nice slider and occasional changeups. Loves the fastball, though. He's confident with it, and he attacks with it.
Hit well the other way, but slicing foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's Sano. He doubled high off the right field wall to get Dozier to the plate and tie the game. He's at third. Grossman is at first, 2 down. One and 2.
Everybody clap your hands.
Yeah, there's the reason why Ned went with Strom. Poor Strom, we were due for a sighting from him. He's good lefties and righties. Strom can retire him.
Running it up there at 96, and last couple of outings his fastball was 92, 93, which is plenty effective, but we're used to seeing 94, 95, 96, and trying to get used to pitching on back-to-back days, which Strom had not done in the minor leagues. So just getting used to his body and knowing when it's okay to tell the manager, you know what, I just don't have it today. I need a little extra day's rest.
Yeah, no, you know what, you're going to protect a great arm like his. He's just a rookie, young guy. That high fastball, tough to handle. He just got a piece of it at Escobar. Now they're talking about him competing for a rotation spot next spring. Stretch him out. I like him in this bullpen role. He's really taken the place of Danny Duffy. They need a guy who can throw hard from the left side.
Minnesota takes the lead. Escobar, after some defensive swings on that fastball, got a breaking ball. That was a pitch he could handle, and drives in the go-ahead run.
And you know what? He had him beat on the fastballs up. He sped his bat up by throwing him that breaker. Instead of putting it on the ground, it kind of hung up there, and he saw it. See how it stays up, and he saw it all the way, and it's the wrong pitch selection there. Now, if he stays with the pitch, but he buries it, that's what he wanted to do. But he didn't. He left it up.
Left-hand hitting Logan Schaefer scheduled to hit. And Paul Molitor is going to send it to veteran Kurt Suzuki, who's been a good pinch hitter in his career. Fastball at 95.
second inherited runner he's given up. Pinch hitting, man, I'll tell you, that's going to make him attractive to a National League team next year. Not just Suzuki's ability to catch, but being a free agent. When you get a chance to pinch hit in that league, they'll, you know, even though they don't usually pinch hit the second catcher, it's a guy that you might want to have.
Three balls, no strikes. Minnesota has scored in each of the last 3 innings. Minnesota had a 1-0 lead until the Royals scored 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Royals have had 2 different 2-run leads. And the Twins with 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. Swinging 3-0.
And that's the pitch that Strahm needs to stay with right there. That's the pitch that really has gotten him his 21 strikeouts in 15 2/3 innings. Don't back away from it.
Fastball struck him out, or make it 3-2. Threw it by him. So he swung 3-1 after swinging 3-0. And now the runners will be going.
Yep. Stay with it. Be aggressive. Straight up. Everybody playing him straight.
Fastball deep short. And Escobar is on the money to end the inning. But Minnesota gets 2 runs against Joakim Soria. But the Royals have had great success in this series against the Minnesota bullpen. 6 outs to go on offense. Seventh inning. Our Toyota League leaders. Royals once again with tremendous success against Minnesota, both at Kauffman Stadium and especially here at Target Field. Big offense against the Twins this year, and they have just pounded the Minnesota bullpen in this series. Royals scored 6 runs against Minnesota bullpen in game 1, 7 last night. Eddie Rosario takes over in left field. Max Kepler is in right field, and the next reliever out of the Minnesota bullpen is the lefty Taylor Rogers.
Okay, Rogers, he's a guy that's low to mid 90s with his fastball, couple different speeds to his curve, and he's got a changeup as well. He's funky. He's got a little bit of a sidearm delivery. Molly going with his best defenders out there. It's probably been a while since they've had a lead this late.
Rogers was charged with 2 runs in 1/3 of an inning in the game on Monday. That's below the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rogers gave up base hits to Dyson in Orlando. And then runs scored after he was out of the game. And John Ryan Murphy takes another shot off the mask.
That's 3. 3 tonight. Rogers, he's coming at Haas firm. He's thrown him a breaking ball yet. Here it comes now.
Into the left field corner. Foul high off the stone wall.
Haas gets that started just a little sooner. That swing, he would have got it. Kept it fair. By the time he recognized it up like that, it's just a little behind it.
Hold on the ground to Dozier. 1 down in the 8th.
All right, just like we promised you early in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. And Kendrys Morales in this series is lava hot. Game 1, that was a no-doubter. 2 in game 1. Last night, 2 in game 2. Just 1 in game 1, 2 in game 2 off the board. That's tonight. I mean, he's recognizing that pitch, just like Ned said. He's able to pick it up out of the release point, and he's waiting up in the zone. That's what he wants here.
Inside with a fastball. 4 home runs, 10 driven in for Morales in this series. That's hit hard. So Morales is on with 1 out. And let's see if a rabbit jumps out of the Royals dugout.
Better believe it. The best rabbit in the bunch. Here comes that. Gore to score. Morales got him a pitch he can handle. He rifled it by Polanco, the shortstop. Both sides of the plate. Rake it. It'll be interesting to see Rogers' move.
Gore's out to a big lead, so he doesn't seem to be too concerned with that. Not running. And a fastball strike to Alex.
Okay, when you have a guy like Gore, who's a premier base stealer, and you're hitting, you're cognizant of that. You're conscious. You're going, okay, I'm going to give him a few pitches to go.
There he goes. Alex takes a strike, no throw. Tying run at second with 1 out. And Terrence Gore is still perfect as a major leaguer in stolen base attempts.
It's impressive. He don't care. He's fearless. He's low to the ground. I mean, he's at full speed in a step. It's just incredible to see his ability and how he works on it. Pretty good percentage. Now he threw a breaking ball, which actually helped Gore. It was a pitch that Alex probably could have handled, but he took it.
Now he's thinking about going to third, or at least trying to distract Rogers. Gore was caught stealing in the division series last year against Houston. So the numbers you saw, those he's perfect during the regular season, but one caught stealing in the postseason.
That's when he came off of the bag after he ripped the bag off.
2 down. Alex is 0 for 4. And Paul Molitor jumps out of the dugout as Cheslor Cuthbert comes to the plate. So Rogers gets 2 outs in the inning. He departs with a runner at second base. Royals baseball is brought to you by the Missouri Lottery. Every ticket you play gives back to schools across Missouri, so play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. By Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by your Midwest Ford dealers. Visit your MidwestFordDealers.com. Ryan Presley came in last night to face Cheslor Cuthbert. He does it again tonight with Gore at second, 2 down, and the pitch is low. Last night Presley got Cuthbert to fly out to left field.
Presley's a strikeout pitcher. Low to mid 90s fastball, slider, changeup.
Popped up and in the seats. Presley got away with a mistake.
Yeah, just out in front of it. Now the infield's playing him to pull on the left side, the third baseman, shortstop. Leaving a pretty good sized hole right where Terrence Gore is standing.
Gore takes off for third and has found a way to make it 1-2.
Another thing Terrence Gore does so well is that he doesn't use a lot of body language and bluff like he's going to steal. He's real quiet. He doesn't need to do that. They all know he's a base stealer, and that's what he's in there for. And so you can't get a read on him body language wise. And Dozier, he's pretty much backed off of him. He's really giving him third base here, and this is smart because Cuthbert could hit one of those holes out there, tie this up.
Still 1-2.
Big opportunity with 2 strikes for Cuthbert to shorten up that swing.
Running again, and it's in the dirt. Gore steals third, standing up and without a throw.
I don't think they were going to throw anyway. Escobar, the third baseman, didn't even flinch. That's why Dozier was playing off of it. He didn't care if he had the bag. There's 2 outs here. If there was less than 2, they'd have held him a little tighter probably.
Just got a piece to stay alive.
Presley does have 6 wild pitches.
That power curveball is his put-away pitch. He has hung 1 to Cuthbert in this at-bat. Hangs another one, right center field, slicing over toward Kepler, and that's the inning.
It was a hanger. He might have been better off trying to pull that one. Good try.
Have the worst record in the major leagues. They've lost 17 of their last 19, 22 of their last 27. They've been blown out in the first 2 games of the series by the Royals, but they've really given the Royals a battle tonight. And down by 1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Twins got 2 against Joakim Soria to take the lead.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But you know, the Twins, since the very first pitch, they've been on it. They've been on the aggressive. They've been aggressive on the bases. And they've taken advantage of a few pitches. There was a breaking ball that was up from Strong.
Not a typical Kelvin Herrera appearance, but the Royals have tomorrow off, and they know that there's no waiting until the next series. There's an opportunity out there. 3 of the teams in front of the Royals and the wild card have lost tonight. So Herrera comes on down by 1 in the 8th inning to get the 8, 9, and 1 hitters.
Power fastball, great changeup at 88, fastball 98. Sliders.
Royals bullpen had only allowed 1 run in the first 2 games of the series, while the Minnesota bullpen allowed 13 runs in the first 2 games of the series. Just inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That single in the 6th inning was against Danny Duffy, who will take a no decision tonight. Left center field, shallow, and Escobar goes out to make the play. The wind is picked up and blew that ball back toward the infield. Panera takes us around the league. So Baltimore ahead of the Royals in the wild card. They lose at Tampa Bay. Detroit loses. They're ahead of the Royals. Houston, they lose. The only team ahead of the Royals in the wild card that won was New York, shutting out Toronto.
New York, how about their comeback this year?
They were sellers, remember, at the trading deadline.
Right. It's a good move for them. They got younger.
'97. 0-2 on Buxton, who was a strikeout victim of Danny Duffy twice. He also doubled and scored a run. That's well hit. And that is gone. A hanging breaking ball. And Byron Buxton. It's his 5th home run of the year. Minnesota leads by 2. Their biggest lead of the night.
Herrera gives up his 5th home run with his 3rd best pitch. With it.
Now that's not the location that Herrera wanted, and it certainly wasn't the location that Strom wanted when Escobar hit a breaking ball into left field for a base hit. But the last 2 runs, the hitter appeared to be overmatched by the fastball, and then was given the gift of an off-speed pitch and drove in a run.
It's baseball. But, you know, they're going to make mistakes as well. And that slider, you know, it's his 3rd best pitch. He wanted that to be finish off the plate.
So you can blame the pitch, but it's more about the pitch location. It's out of play. So here's Minnesota leading by 2 in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Dozier has very little to do with it. It was his single against Soria leading off the 7th that led to the first run in the 2-run 7th inning. He has not driven in a run. The Royals have kept him in the ballpark. Probably where he wanted the breaking ball to Buxton. 2 down.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Kansas City Royals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals Baseball Club.
The original logo of the Minnesota Twins. Twin cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul, shaking hands over the Mississippi River. Minnie and Paulie.
Okay. We'll say goodbye to them until next year.
One on Polanco. In the 9th inning, the Royals will have Escobar, Merrifield, and Butera, and of course they have a bench full of players. Terrence Gore is no longer available, but Ned Yost still has, if a man or two gets on and he's looking for speed, still has Mondesi and Burns on the bench. So Minnesota scores 3 runs against the Royals bullpen tonight, and we go to the 9th inning with the Royals down by 2. The Royals will see Brandon Kintzler. A premier Mazda of Overland Park game break. Royals will fly to Chicago after tonight. Day off tomorrow. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon. White Sox just took 2 out of 3 from the Tigers. Royals are 9-3 against Chicago this year. Chicago was one of the surprise teams through the middle of May. 13 games above 500. They had a 5-game lead, and since then, yikes, 18 games under 500. And the Royals will have to pitch Jose Abreu carefully.
Yes, they will. Carlos Rodon, a lefty. James Shields in game 2 with Chris Sale on Sunday. But before we get there, there's 3 outs left. The Royals are hoping they can make something happen here off of Brandon Kintzler. He's got a sinking fastball, low to mid-90s, slider change.
And he was, sorry, Hud.
I was saying, opponents hit 260. He's got numbers. They can do it.
He was charged with 4 of the 7 runs in the 9th inning last night. There's ball 1 to Escobar. Kintzler charged with 4. Light charged with 3. One on Escobar. He's 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Escobar, Merrifield, and Butera are the scheduled hitters.
Husky was looking to get one back on that one swing. Took a little peek down at third.
Up the middle. Polanco gets Escobar. So it keeps a tying run on deck, and now Whit Merrifield. Whit had a big hit in the 4th inning when the Royals took the lead, driving in the then go-ahead run. Low for ball 1. There's Daniel Nava. He's going to bat for Butera. One and one. And now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul. There's a nice catch.
Guy, whatever he's listening to, didn't distract him.
That's a fair ball. Tying run will come to the plate with 1 out. 2 hits. 2-hit Whit. He's at second base with 1 down.
Like the sound of that. Then he tried back-to-back fastballs inside. Whit was able to pull his hands in and keep it fair. That'll work. 16th double.
So not just a base hit to get the tying run to the plate, but a double, meaning no chance for a ground ball and a double play. Nava had his first Royals at bat last night, pinch hitting for Mondesi in the 7th inning, and had an impressive at bat against Ryan Presley, and eventually lined out to the warning track in right. That's a little bit outside for ball 1.
That was a tremendous at bat he had. He fouled off several pitches. He's looking for that 1 pitch middle in. He's got plenty of pull power.
Out to Rosario in left field. 2 outs. Dyson coming up. It has been a rough year for the Twins, and the Royals haven't made it any easier on them at all. The Royals are 13-2 against Paul Molitor's Twins this year. So to be down by 2 twice, 3-1 and 4-2, and to rally late against the Royals bullpen would be a huge lift. If they can hang on. Strike 1 to Dyson. Dyson's been on base twice tonight.
And then heater right down the middle. Dyson wants to split a gap.
Talked to Dyson tonight about choking up on the bat. He said he started that during the last homestand and just wanted to have a better feel and more control for the barrel of the bat.
That was his idea.
You can see his eyes scanning the infield for a chance to drop down a bunt.
Knock that run in.
A little bit outside.
That was off. Dyson wants that first pitch back. The first one was right down the middle.
That is a base hit. And Rosario throws to the plate, a collision. Merrifield is safe. And Eddie Rosario, I mean, that was a close play only because of a bad throw. The throw was right up the line, but thank you very much allowing Dyson to go into scoring position.
That's right.
That run means nothing.
Dyson, good level swing. He going to the opposite field. That was nice. And Rosario, he was acting like that was the winning run. And a collision there that you don't see anymore in baseball, but it was an accidental collision.
And I say it almost worked because the throw was bad. I mean, the throw just took Ryan Murphy right into Whit Merrifield, but now the tying run with outstanding speed is at second base.
And Paulo, right man, right spot. .330 hitter with the runner in scoring position. Now Gerard Dyson only going to steal third unless he knows he can make it. Could force the throw the ball away and tie it up. That's always a possibility. Dozier not paying him much attention with 2 outs.
Inside 2-0 on Paulo. Paulo had a big hit with 2 outs in the 8th inning in game 1 with the Tigers, with 2 outs in the 7th inning in game 3 with the Tigers, and he's had a big 2-out hit in this series.
Yep, 2-out risk is really good numbers. 2-0 should get a decent pitch. Haas on deck.
Might have been ball 3. Good movement, good late movement on that pitch.
Had some sinking action to it.
Paulo will make a mental note of that pitch.
Hopefully.
Popped up. Kinsler wants it. And Vargas makes the play like he was on ice skates.
Kinsler would have been better off taking it than Vargas.
So it's never easy against the Royals. Royals make the Twins sweat it out. And Minnesota avoids the sweep, scoring 3 runs late. And they win 6-5.